Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you're watching, this is the time where we figure out whether it's going to be a boom or a bust for these first round pick quarterbacks of this year. And the crazy thing is, do you smell what Russ is cooking, or is the kitchen burning? What it do, everyone? Whether you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, it's your favorite crew. That's right, Super Biased Sports Show, a place where a fan could be a fan, no matter how biased your take is. I'm one of your hosts, B-Rob, and I'm here with my guys. I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Hey, y'all already know it's the Bonnet, aka the NFL Guru.
Nah, it's tea time here, man. It's been a minute, but it's good for us to be back. Do me a favor, y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We appreciate y'all.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. It's good to be back. Man, it feels like what, a few weeks now? But listen, man, football has been slow, man, and it's just tough to. As excited as you want to be throughout the summer, it's like tough to like hang on because it's like there is no news. Players are on vacation, but although it's not on the list of the topics today, I did see something come up today that boy Dalvin Cook has been getting some interest from the Miami Dolphins. So even before we even get to the menu today, Dalvin Cook on the Dolphins. They already got Raheem Mostert, I believe, and then another running back. You already got Tua. You already got Tyreek Hill. And then if you add Dalvin, 4-4 Dalvin, that team is already a NASCAR package. So do you guys think that if Dalvin goes to the Dolphins, I got two questions. If Dalvin goes to the Dolphins, do they win the division? And then also, Dalvin did mention D-Hop going with him somewhere. So do you think D-Hop will go to the Dolphins too?
I guess I'll go first on that one. If D Hop joins and Cook, I see them winning this division. I don't care who's at QB, honestly. Because Tua might get injured. He might. But it wouldn't matter who's at QB. That is nasty. That's a three-headed beast at wide receiver.
Yep.
A 2 to 3-headed beast at running back.
Yep.
And their defense is already looks great on paper.
Yep.
I will put them in first, Jets second, Bills and Patriots battle it out for the bottom.
Sheesh. One thing.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say Bills battle it out for the bottom?
Yeah, them and the Patriots battle for the bottom.
That's nasty.
So you think the Bills are going to be above Miami and the Jets?
I'm not saying who they're gonna be above, but the fact that you made battle for the bottom, the fact that you said battle for the bottom, like that's a participation trophy or something. That's disrespectful. Right?
Well, that's all the Bills been getting is participation trophies. Honestly, they haven't ever did anything. But just go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's your daily dosage of the Bills shots from the SBS crew, mainly the Bonnet, aka the NFL Guru.
Mr. Ramon knows best. Now, if Dalvin Cook goes there, I mean, even if D-Hop don't go there, Dalvin Cook to the Dolphins is scary, especially if Tua could stay healthy. But if Tua don't stay healthy, they picked up what's his name, White, as a backup.
Yeah. I like that.
He was cooking in New York, so
with less weapons too.
With way less weapons. Now you got some real weapons that he could throw to.
Yeah.
Definitely, I could see them winning that one for sure. I feel like they're going to compete for it no matter what, even if they don't pick nobody else up because of the names that you already listed. They do have a track team, so I feel like they definitely can compete for the number one spot in that division. But if they do get cooked, Dalvin Cook, then it's all them all the way for sure.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. And I ain't even gonna lie. Virus said they already I think he think they already gonna win the division. I ain't gonna lie. Hypothetically, if that boy D Hop and Cook do team up and go to the Dolphins, bro. If you're the coach, who you put in that slot wide receiver? Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle?
Do it even matter?
I'll put Hopkins.
Bro, stop it. He
I'll
not
put Hop.
a receiver, bro.
I'll
If
put
any
Hop.
good, I like Tyreek Hill, but that boy Waddle is a menace in the slot, bro. Like Waddle is a menace in the slot, and he gets busy, bro. His slot numbers is crazy. Like I'm not gonna lie, Waddle is that guy when it come to that slot work. He that guy, and I mean, and then nowadays NFL offenses, them slot wide receivers, they can fit on the outside too, especially if you know what you're doing. So, yeah, nah, that's right. Myra, yeah, I will put Waddle there as well. But with that out the way, because that was just the appetizer. Thank you guys for participating. It is something interesting, and it'd be nice to see if Dalvin Cook actually decides to go to Miami. He actually was, if I'm not mistaken. Now that probably was somewhere in Cali, but he was chilling in Miami not too long ago with that one guy that just won his court case. I think that was Miami. And Dalvin Cook, he no stranger to the area anyways down there in Florida. So it'd be dope to see him down there or anywhere else where he's gonna go. He's gonna get busy. But with that being said, what's the first thing on the menu, Lake Show? I'm at the bonnet. I'm my fault. He's man of many hats. Man of many hats.
First thing on the docket, which first round QB will have the best rookie season? Which
It would just have to be first round.
QB?
I want to play devil's advocate real quick. Do it just have to be first round?
You know what? Take out first round. Which rookie QB?
Okay. Because I like Will Levis eventually starting in Tennessee at some point. That's the only reason why.
He will.
Even though Tannehill was there, I think Will Levis will get a shot. But I'm gonna let T-Time go ahead and take this one first.
I'm gonna rock with Stroud. I think Stroud gonna do his thing. I've been a fan of him for sure, so it only makes sense for me to think this. And I mean, I don't see why not. I just feel like he can definitely. Yeah, there we go. I feel like he can definitely. He's one of those pro ready type dudes, and he's got. Mm-hmm. I feel like out of anybody in this draft, he's got a lot to prove because before the draft happened, it was so much slander on his name. So I feel like he's gonna come out ready to ball out, ready to do, to prove his worth and show the league what he's capable of. And I feel like he's a gifted, talented dude in this type of NFL where he can throw the ball, but he also can run the ball. I feel like he's going to flourish. They may not be nothing special, but I feel like he's going to do his thing. And maybe it's more hope than anything, but I feel like my boy CJ going to do his thing.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to go with my man, that dude Bryce Young. He went first. And I think he's going to be first. I think he wins offensive rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that. I do honestly believe because they're the Panthers are a decent organization, and he got weapons. He might not have
the Panthers are a decent organization.
Yeah, I say they're a decent organization.
You crazy?
I say so. They got rid of that dude.
Stop it.
Young.
Is my go? All right. So, not for the same reasons, because Panthers are not a good organization, in my opinion.
They're decent. I didn't say good. I said decent.
Decent sounds like you're saying they're good. That's too much. Saying decent is too much. All right.
Way too much credit.
Yeah, way too much credit. As far as it goes, I'm actually going to go with and piggyback off of what Bonnet said. I'm gonna go with Bryce Young only because one, when I look at it, I think about okay, who has the most opportunity to be successful, right? And I look at it and I'm like, okay, Bryce Young is in a weaker division than what CJ Stroud is. And although Bryce Young don't have the amount of like, because I think the Texans are more talented. But I just think that I think Bryce Young will be able to uplift the team to a certain degree in that division because the division is a little bit weaker. And if you think about it, their first 6 games is Atlanta, New Orleans, Seattle, Minnesota, Detroit, Miami, right? So the Panthers could easily lose to Miami, easily lose to Seattle. I think Atlanta, New Orleans, and Minnesota are going to be winnable games for them. And depending on how Detroit starts the season off, then I'll be able to say by week 5 if the Panthers can win or not. But at the same time, if Bryce Young is what they think he's going to be, if you think about it, when he plays Atlanta, he's the best quarterback on the field. I might take Bryce Young over Derek Carr when it comes to quarterback play versus New Orleans. I'm going to take Geno Smith over him, but in Minnesota, I'm actually going to take Kirk Cousins because the game is at 1:00, but you just never know. Kirk Cousins is going to be Kirk Cousins, right? And then like Detroit, when they play Detroit, he's the best quarterback on the field. Now Miami, I'm going to just that's an L. Like that's automatically an L. So they could very much start the season off either 3-3 or 4-3, depending on how it goes. And his division, being that he's going to play his guys twice in that division, he got a better chance than CJ Stroud beating Trevor Lawrence twice and beating the Titans twice. And then I think who's the other team in that division?
Falcons,
you talking about
the AFC South,
the Panthers
in the AFC South division.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the Colts.
The Colts.
I don't see CJ Stroud beating the Colts twice because their defense is going to be coming back. And I mean,
my thing is this though, right? All right. Granted, Houston. What did they win? 3 games last year? 4 games? Like they didn't win much.
Very competitive in a lot of games too.
But they were very competitive with no stability on that team, right? Like we knew the head coach was going to get fired eventually, right? All of those different things, like quarterback situation, all of that. But they were still in games. Now they got a head coach, a really good head coach who's defensive minded. They went out. They got CJ Stroud. And then who else they picked up? Who was the D lineman that they picked up?
I don't know what D lineman they picked up. I know they got Travarius Ward from San Fran. He came up. He coming over there to play safety for them.
Ward, maybe they got some. They picked up some players.
Yeah.
So I feel like, they don't. I see that division a little bit differently, right? In my opinion. I don't see Tennessee being much of anything, right? Jacksonville, I still think Jacksonville might win the division, but I could see Houston battling. Like if it's me, I'm putting Tennessee at the bottom, but then I can see Houston and Indy
even under the Colts.
Yeah, I just feel like those two teams. I feel like those two teams is going to be a little bit more competitive, and just Tennessee is. I mean, they don't have anything.
The biggest problem was injuries last year. Like they were very injured on defense. And remember, just a year before that, they led the league in quarterback pressures, like legit causing havoc. And linebackers go out, they D linemen go out. So, I mean, they might come back with something to prove. I just think that by week 7, Will Levis would be starting, and I think he's gonna take the league by storm. Remember, I said Will Levis should have been the second pick. I said. But I'm glad that the rumors wasn't right, and the Texans did not pass up on CJ Stroud the same way that the Jets did Justin Fields. I'm so glad that didn't happen.
Houston defense did pick up Jimmy Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who Didn't Houston have 2 draft picks in the first round?
Yeah, they got the
remember they
QB
traded
and
with the
Will
Cardinals to get the
Anderson.
third pick to get Will Anderson. That's who
That's who I'm talking about. Will
Oh,
Anderson.
I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
was
I'm
like
like,
from a whole different team.
Yeah.
no,
Well, he
no,
is
I'm
from a
like,
different team, but
I know they drafted. So yeah. So I just feel like
I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be exciting though. I like the way you put that too. That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I think so. So I mean, any one of them. So y'all say Bryce, I say CJ.
Yeah. Hey, they get
Somebody in
to
the
play
chat
each other
said,
in week 7 though too. First
they
time.
do, they do.
That's gonna be a good game. I ain't gonna lie.
And
I'm watching that.
Houston's schedule isn't too tough. I mean, they start off with the Ravens, if I'm not mistaken, right? But then after that, they got Indy, the Jags, the Steelers, the Falcons, the Saints. So they do maybe all right.
I ain't gonna
Maybe
lie.
I
The
misread
Jags,
this.
the
That's
Steelers,
a
they
tough
lose
schedule.
this game.
That's tough.
I'm about to say,
You know what? I think I was looking at preseason. You know what? That's what messed me up. I saw the Patriots on there, and I was like, they about to get a W, but that's preseason. So
Bruh.
that's funny.
But
I
yeah,
still believe in my boy CJ.
It's gonna. I think that what's the name will have a very good chance. I think Bryce Young, but like you said, it could go either or because both guys are uber talented. I just don't like that. There's another uber talented quarterback in the AFC, bro. Like sidebar, if Caleb Williams go to the AFC next year, boy, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed.
Stacking.
I'm gonna be pissed. Like I'm gonna be upset.
I think he's going to the Cardinals
over there, bro.
He would probably go to the Cards.
Hey,
but
that's fine with me.
But
the Cardinals. I was trying to say, who do y'all think will have the number 1 pick? Like
getting anywhere away from the AFC, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, bro.
If the Patriots do bad enough.
The Patriots won't. They won't.
Listen, Patriots is in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. Let's be honest here, bro.
They in the sweepstakes for sure.
But no disrespect. They're not like a leading candidate of the sweepstakes, but they in that area. Like, look at their division. You automatically in the area.
All right. So, would you say? All right, I'm gonna run through a few NFC teams that I'm just looking at real quick, thinking they're gonna probably be at the bottom. So you got Washington. They're gonna be. I'm just thinking whoever's gonna lose their division, right?
Yep.
So you got Washington in the NFC East, and then in the NFC North, that's kind of tough. I feel like that's gonna be a competitive division. But if I'm picking the weakest team,
they all got quarterbacks though, except for Minnesota.
They do. Well, that's debatable because I was going to say Green Bay.
I think Green Bay believe in Jordan Love though.
I do, but if Jordan Love isn't good, then
they they still got defense. I don't think they finish in last.
So maybe that's tough. So who's gonna finish last? I don't know. Let's skip that one. The Bears.
That's a tough division though. I ain't gonna lie, it's a tough division again. But I'm gonna just say
the NFC South.
They're gonna win it.
You got the Falcons and the Buccaneers for sure. Those teams not winning a lot of games this year. I can't see either one.
Buccaneers is gonna lose that division.
All right, so that's kind of who I was going with. So they could be getting Caleb
Williams. Running back? B-John? They're not losing a lot of games with him, bro. They're not losing a lot of games.
That is true. They're gonna run that boy wild.
Oh yeah. Him and Drake London and Algier, bro. They're not losing that many games.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they ain't losing that many games, and they got good defense too.
But like New Orleans, they already got their quarterback. Carolina, clearly they got their quarterback. Atlanta needs a quarterback, but probably won't lose enough games to really get a quarterback. So Tampa Bay definitely in the Caleb Williams. And then if you go to the West, it's Arizona, who technically has their quarterback, but
Arizona did show us that even if they got a quarterback, they'll move on. Because that's how they got Kyler.
That's a fact.
They had Rosen, and they said
these hoes ain't loyal.
We like this toy a lot better.
Yeah.
X, right?
So so we looking at a solid 3 teams that could be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes in the NFC: Washington, Tampa Bay, and Arizona.
What about AFC? I know it's hard because it seemed like every team got a quarterback in the AFC.
It really do. The AFC East
every team got a quarterback.
All of them got a quarterback.
All of them, bro.
All of
every
them.
last
and
one.
I don't see New England losing enough. I don't see New England losing more games than those 3 teams in the NFC.
That's a fact.
So
I like that.
I feel like although they're in the sweepstakes, they don't lose enough. So
Yeah,
AFC
that's why I said
East
they
is
like
out.
fringe sweepstake team because
Yeah,
they're not about to lose that many
AFC
games.
AFC North, all of them have their quarterback.
Yep.
Literally all of them. And three of those quarterbacks at some point by the season is going to be the highest paid QBs in the league.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that division is out of it. And now you go to the AFC South.
West. Oh, it's AFC South. I think all of them got their quarterbacks too. You got AR-15, Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud, and Will Levis. I think Will Levis is going to be started. Like
that's true. So then we got the West. Then Denver, they got their quarterback.
I think the only team is the Raiders.
Everybody in the AFC got a quarterback. Honestly, it's got to be an NFC team. It's got to be.
It better be an NFC team, bro.
But see, this is the thing, right? Let it be an AFC team, then that works in their favor because they're going to be able to trade out because none of them need a quarterback. So now they get to make a big trade in one of these teams.
Get better on the back end. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Caleb Williams going to be team, bro. I'm just praying this AFC. I'm at an NFC team, bro.
Yeah. I think he's going to be in the NFC. Yeah.
All right, Bonnet. What's next on the menu, my boy?
The next on the menu is how will Russ cook in his new kitchen, as in his new coach has joined up. I think I'll kick that one off. He's already in a division with, I don't like saying his name because people get scared and stuff.
Let me leave the chat.
He's in Pat.
That man don't fear us. Okay, that man don't fear us.
All right, your wide receiver was talking that junk. Pat came out with what he did in 2 rings.
He did this. That's right. Really, only one of them happened when Joe was drafted, but another topic. There's another topic.
Do you think, Brian? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say they second in that division.
Okay.
I put them above the Chargers.
Denver?
Yeah. I put Denver above the Chargers.
Well, I hope you're right because I
think he's cooking steak, but I think he's cooking ribeye, not filet mignon. He's gonna be cooking, but he's not gonna be cooking filet mignon or porterhouse. He just cooking the ribeye.
You don't think my boy got the tomahawk in him?
No. That's Pat. That's Pat right there.
I ain't gonna lie. He gonna be cooking, but bruh, you open the season off.
Yeah.
Vegas, that's a W. Washington, that's a W.
Mm-hmm.
Then you play Miami, Chicago, New York, Kansas City, Green Bay, and Kansas City again. And then Buffalo and Minnesota right after. I don't know if he's gonna be cooking that good, man. I ain't gonna lie. The food might not be seasoned properly by the bye week. When you look at how the season opened, it's like, dang, like.
So the first two games they can win those.
Yes, yep. It's when they play Miami that might be a problem.
Then it get tough.
They get tough.
They take an L to Miami. They might beat the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's that game. It's after that though. That's a gauntlet. The Jets, the Chiefs, the Packers, the Chiefs again, and then fresh off the bye week to Buffalo.
Like that's what 4 straight weeks of good defense right there. The Jets is gonna play you great defense. Kansas City, they got that boy, that defensive coordinator. He gonna play you right, and then you play him again 2 weeks later. Come on, bro. Like
Giant.
I ain't gonna lie.
Russ is. Hey, my boy Joe said Russ is in trouble.
That's a fact.
I might have to put my boy on the trade block in fantasy.
Me personally, Russ, if you're watching, because I know you're watching, I tagged you earlier. It's in my best interest. Knock Patrick Mahomes off at least twice, bro. Please, once or twice, bro. Please, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
With the defense, though, with that defense,
they got a good defense, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to keep them in some games. Russ just can't be. Russ just has to be.
He just can't put too much thought on the food.
Yeah, like he just can't. He got to be a little bit better. Like even if he's a little bit better than
And the
last
coach
year,
is gonna adjust a lot of that.
Well,
Sean
to
Payton
happen.
for sure.
if he's just a little bit better last year, but they won 10 games.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Some of
with
those games they
injuries.
lost 7-10 and stuff
Real
like
close,
that.
bro. Real close, bro.
The games was even in the 20s.
Real
Right.
close, bro.
Yeah, they won 5 games last year. Ugh.
Bro.
Yeah, they doubling that.
Yeah. Like,
They
They got
I
to.
doubling that.
mean, it was disgusting for them. I ain't gonna lie, it was disgusting. But I mean, think about it. You lose to the Colts by 3 points. You lose to the Chargers by 3 points. You lose to New York by a touchdown. You literally lost to Vegas by 10 points. You lost to Seattle by 1 point, right? And then you lose to Tennessee in overtime on some craziness. You lose to I'm at Vegas. You lose to Tennessee by a touchdown. You lost to the Ravens 10-9. Like, they were in a lot of games that they were able to win, bro. Like a lot of games, bro. And then you play the Chiefs twice tight, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them doing something, bro. I can see them doing something.
Yeah.
Nah. Yo, what's good? If that comes correct, your boys look primed and ready. Is all the Bears.
See a Packers fan?
And I think he's a Bears fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, then why did he say Bears down?
Bears down. I don't know. He'll tell us. Tell us what you mean by that.
I'm a little lost.
But
I may be
I
lost.
like what he said
I
in the
may be
beginning.
lost to the lingo. That's all. I just may be lost.
Yeah. I agree with what he said in the beginning, though. If that comes correct, it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, bear down. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm like, huh?
That's why we got AJ.
That's why we got AJ, bro. Don't lie.
He keep us right.
Keep us uplifted, bro. Moderator in the chat, like just doing us good, bro. Because we like, wait, huh? I'm like, yo, I'm lost. Like,
that's
okay,
funny.
now
That's
I understand. I've been hip. Now I'm hip. I'm hip now.
Well, Trey, did you say what you had to say about Russ?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember you was talking about the schedule.
All right, so since we like what about midway through?
Yep.
This show today has been sponsored by yours truly, that man up there. Right there. You see that kitchen? He redid a whole kitchen.
Yes, sir.
Plain and simple.
Cooking
He
in the
redid
kitchen.
Russ' kitchen. All right.
Yes, sir.
If you're looking for any type of needs and you in the upstate New York area, there's the number right there. Or just go ahead and search house to home. Make it your own home.
Yep.
Call it a day.
Yes, sir.
That's what we do.
Excellent work, man. Excellent work there, man. Y'all definitely need to tap in, refer someone. Good stuff right there, man.
Yes, sir, for sure. For sure.
Now, next one here. I know this man don't want to talk about that, but have the Ravens surround Lamar Jackson with enough talent?
Hold on. Let me go put my hater hat on.
While he's walking away, I think so.
No disrespect will be tolerated, all right? All right? I just got to make sure, all right?
Wait,
no slander will be tolerated, all right?
He put the hat on.
You hear that, Ramon? You hear that, Bonnie? No Bengal slander will be tolerated.
My question is this, though. When we ask this question, have they surrounded him with enough talent? Enough talent to do what? Is this enough talent to win a Super Bowl? Is this enough talent to win the division? What?
Enough talent to win a division / a playoff game.
I think so. I could see it. I could see them competing for the division for sure. I mean, you got Cincinnati, you got Cleveland, you got Baltimore, you got Pittsburgh, right? Like if I'm just gonna say it without really diving in, I got Cincinnati winning it, Baltimore second, Cleveland third, Pittsburgh fourth, right? That's how I look at it in that division. But anything could really happen in that division because if you look at each and every one of those teams,
Each
Mhm.
and every
they've
one.
they've
The
gotten
race
better,
is so
right?
close, bro. The race is so
Yeah,
close.
like Deshaun Watson coming, having a full season with no drama, no nothing,
Yep.
with the weapons that Cleveland got and the defense that they got and the running back that they got, like they got Chubb, they could easily win the division, right? Like, and then Pittsburgh came out of nowhere last year. Like they started to cook a little bit with with a
Oh,
quarterback,
uh-oh.
So you definitely yeah, it's possible. As far as the Ravens though, I mean they didn't they make the playoffs this year? They made the playoffs. They just
Yeah.
got knocked out round one, and they
They
did
made the
that with
players.
Lamar
They
hurt.
made the playoffs, I believe, every year since Lamar Jackson has been in the NFL.
If we asking if they can make the playoffs, yes. Can they win that division?
Rough.
I'm picking Cincy in that division, but
I'm
they can
picking.
compete for it.
I'm same here. I picked Cincy to have a better record than the Ravens, but I do believe the Ravens can win a playoff game.
But he don't have the excuse no more of not having the weapons. You got
But
Odell, and you got what's his name? The wide receiver they just drafted,
Oh, Flowers.
Flowers. His name is
but
slipping me.
Go
I
ahead,
look
buddy.
at it this way. If I look at all that whole division and what the entire team's offensive are, they're down there with the Steelers because the Bengals got a way better offense. They got a three-headed beast at wide receiver. The Browns have a they got a they got a good offense, I'll say, with Cooper and what's their running back name?
Chubb.
Chubb.
Job.
They got their tight end. Then the Steelers and ODB. How is he really gonna play? Is one of those things. So yes, they
But
got
they
Edwards.
still got Andrews
Yeah, they still got Andrews. I said
Yeah.
Edwards. Andrews. So
and they running back. Although isn't he holding out?
Yeah. I
mhm.
think for now though.
So it's like
J.K.
I will put their offense third with the weapons, but their offense is going to be the top, one of the top in that division because Lamar Jackson legs.
So here's my take, man. When it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, in my opinion, um, have the Ravens surrounded with Lamar Jackson with enough talent? In my opinion, they've been surrounding him with enough talent. If you look at the Ravens, and since Lamar has been drafted, they've drafted 3 first-round wide receivers. Okay, any other organization, if that's any other quarterback, he don't get the pass. They tell him they drafted for early wide receivers, and there should be no excuse why this person should succeed. Right? He has a top 3 tight end. Right? Sometimes I only think it's only 3 tight ends in the entire NFL: Kittle, Andrews, and Kelsey. Everybody else is just fodder. Right? Until I see something else, it's only 3 tight ends in the league. Right? So, in my opinion, right, say cut it if you want. You go back and look at it between Marquise Brown, Bateman, and now Zay
Cut it.
Flowers.
Cut it.
They drafted 3 wide receivers in the first round. Let any other team do that and get first round wide receivers 3. People complain about the Bengals having T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. T. Higgins ain't even a first rounder, but he plays better than everybody other than CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson that was drafted in that first round. Between CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, with Justin Jefferson being the top, CeeDee Lamb and T. Higgins is giving you pretty much the same production, right? So when it comes to first round wide receivers, Ravens have had a plethora. As of right now, they're going into the season with 3 first round wide receivers on their team: Odell Beckham, who won a Super Bowl, Rashad Bateman, and Zay Flowers. So there's no excuse as to why, if they don't succeed, that Lamar Jackson gets the he don't have enough talent pass. He's playing also with Mark Andrews, another again top tier tight end, and then arguably the Ravens have at least, if not a top 3, a top 5 defense in the league. Literally, since they got Roquan, they had the best defense in the league since they traded for Roquan. Go look at the numbers, look at the stat. Now, throughout the entire year, the numbers is not going to show that they're the best defensive team, because by the time he was traded, it was many games into the season. But if you look at from after he was drafted, the Ravens had the best defense in the NFL. Not drafted, traded, right? So like I'm saying, they definitely have surrounded him with a lot of talent. He still got J.K. Dobbins. He still got Gus Edwards. As long as they can stay healthy, they're good. My only concern is Lamar Jackson in his entire career, even the 2 seasons where he's not even playing full seasons, he's only won 12 games where he's thrown over 30 times. They're switching to an offense where they're primarily passing now and they're not relying on his feet. So if he can't prove to us that he can average wins with 30 or more attempts, it's no more excuses for Lamar. I know everybody want to hang on his MVP season. Newsflash, Jalen Hurts just put up the same numbers as his MVP season and did not even win the MVP. It only looks sexy and flashy, all right? So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear the MVP talk. That was like, 4 or 5 years ago. It's a different league from then. Patrick Mahomes has been drafted since then. Quarterbacks look different now, right? So have they gave him weapons? Of course. If he don't succeed, I don't want to hear no more Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow on this podcast. All right, Bonnet? Ever. All right, ever.
And just to throw some stuff out there, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games where he threw over 30, and then 3 other games where he threw 29 passes. The man throws the rock. He just had nobody to throw it to, besides Andrew.
Stop it, bro.
Well, we even gonna. I ain't here to debate that. He's not Pat Mahomes. Nobody is Patrick Mahomes. I think they surrounded him with enough to do something, but then no. Who like Raymond said, do you put any one of those receivers as a number 1 receiver in football?
I'm gonna put you gonna give Odell the nod as a. Are you talking about currently?
Yeah, current.
You
said the last 4 years. You said the last 4 years they drafted. Last 3 years wide receivers. The 3 wide receivers that they drafted, are they number 1s? No.
Marquise Brown, the number 1 on his team.
I don't got him as the number 1 on his team.
Yo, and hold up.
And the thing is, he didn't even want to leave. Back to
your 30 attempts, because you tried to rebuttal mine. You know what quarterback is not too far off from Lamar with wins with 30 plus attempts? Your boy Daniel Jones. And if they're close in any stat, that don't look good for Lamar. Okay.
Okay, that's Danny Dimes. You
okay?
You talking about the top echelon right now when you speak of Danny Dimes.
Stop it.
That is okay. That is okay. That is okay. Danny Dimes do what he got to do.
Look, Raymond said they were trash. He's not a number 1. On those teams, of course they're not going to look like a number 1. Why? Look at the offense and look who's passing the ball.
It wasn't who was passing the ball. The dude was running for his life.
If you put Marquise Brown on the Chiefs right now, he not the number 1 wide receiver?
Shoot, you can put me. I look like a number 2 wide receiver.
Oh my God! I ain't talking about number 2. I'm talking about number 1.
Patrick Mahomes will make he will make a second wide receiver look like a number 1.
That ain't true because Juju looked pedestrian out there last year.
Not in the Super Bowl. He did what he needed to do in the Super Bowl.
By drawing a what?
He did what he had to do in that Super Bowl.
Bro, that's stop it, bro. Stop. Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Like Raymond said, it's no excuse, bro. They have the weapons, bro. They got the weapons, bro. So
I say they got weapons.
Look, I ain't gonna lie though. I'm having I'm in a little battle between if Cincinnati actually gonna win a division, because nobody in our division has ever won it 3 straight throughout our history. So we don't really got history on our side, but at the same time, the Cincinnati Bengals has been the team to defy what history says for our team, right? We wasn't supposed to make the playoffs and starting 0-2. Teams have a 20% chance of making the playoffs. We go to the AFC Championship, right? So
The last team that did that though, that started 0-2, they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, hey.
The New York Giants. But carry on.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the league was a lot different. It wasn't a Patrick Mahomes back then.
Nah, it was a Tom Brady. It was a Tom Brady in the prime.
Now,
Carry
according
on.
to you, Patrick
You're-
is the end all be all when it comes to quarterbacks.
now,
Hey,
yeah.
tell me this, Brandon B. Rob. If all right, if y'all don't win the division,
We at least coming in
Right.
second.
right? Who's winning the division? Who do you
It's gonna
pick?
be it's. I'm no disrespect to the Browns or the Steelers because I like the Steelers. I like what they did in the offseason. I love their draft. I don't even like the Steelers, but I love what they did in the draft. It's me. It's us and the Ravens. If we don't win the division, it's gonna be the Ravens, and if the Ravens don't win the division, it's gonna be us. Like I think that's where it's at. And to be honest, I'm fine with either or because I wasn't even if my team didn't win a division last year, I just wanted to make the playoffs. Because I feel like once Joe Burrow gets into the playoffs, no matter who's in front of him, we just gonna go out there, line them up, and we're gonna catch a dub. And he
Boy,
did that last year.
You sound like the Bonnet. That's what he was talking about. All we gotta do is get into
All we
gotta do is get.
No, the difference is they struggle throughout the season. My team ain't do ties and all of that. I'm like, nah.
You didn't
Stop
struggle.
it. You know when your team is locked in 2 weeks
any
before the
given
season
Sunday.
even in, and you didn't even win
It's
10 games
any
at that point,
given
that's
Sunday.
a problem.
It's any given Sunday. And that's all it is.
So you got Ray said he got the Bengals winning the division.
I do
which
too.
I think most of us said. Scooby though, he said
Bro,
Ravens winning it
just
anyway.
he's just like the Bonnet. They love Lamar, bro. They love Lamar. Hey, according to PFF, he ain't even the top 5 quarterback, but I digress.
And that's what they had him when he won the what's it name. They didn't have him in top 10 QB when he won the MVP.
Bro, he
but
wasn't
we're not
even
talking about MVP.
Bro, stop it, bro. Because
We're not even talking about MVP.
I'll say this. I could see Lamar in the conversation this year.
I don't see him in the conversation this year.
He got paid.
Conversation he's winning it.
He got paid. He got weapons.
Does what he do look better than Josh Allen? No.
Yeah.
Does what he do look better than Patrick Mahomes?
Well, no that's
but I mean, Josh Allen had all them turnovers.
But he was still number 3 and 4 in the race all year until Joe Burrow passed him, right? Because it was Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts all season. And then again, Jalen Hurts, they got Jalen Hurts as the highest odds in the NFC for MVP. So you think they're gonna put Lamar over Jalen? Nah, because we just seen Jalen do exactly what Lamar did. So it don't look different no more.
I don't see Philly having that same year.
Oh, nah. I don't think they have the same exact year, but I mean Jalen is still gonna give you numbers. He's gonna give you numbers.
I'll stand on this. I can see Lamar in the MVP race.
Yes, he was
doing better than Jalen Hurts, and I say that because I just feel like, and as far as and this goes to your argument of the AFC being better than the NFC. The NFC teams do not, for whatever reason, the NFC teams cannot maintain a run.
That's a fact.
Philly, and you can look at it. Philly's record shows in their history after the Super Bowl, Philly has went down the drain. And people are going to say, oh, well, it's a different team. It's a different quarterback, blah, blah, blah. I just know for a fact, if you look at NFC teams, look at this. In 2017, the Philadelphia Eagles went 13-3. They won the Super Bowl. The next season, they went 9-7, and they lost the divisional round, right? Then they went 9-7, 4-11-1, 9-8. Then from a 9-8 season, they jumped up to 14-3. That is called inconsistency, and I do not see at them jumping in and repeating it. So with that being said, I feel like Lamar is definitely going to be in the MVP conversation.
He was number 1 last year before he got hurt.
I don't think
that was a fact. Yeah, he was with nobody throwing it to nobody.
If y'all can't pull it up, you can't really say it was a fact.
Yeah, I mean, and he did it with less. Yes, Joe. I'm agreeing with Scooby and Joe. It's the truth.
I just all I say is this: I feel like Lamar can definitely will be in the MVP conversation.
He gonna put up numbers. It's just like when this is the thing that really eggs me when it comes to Lamar, right? Because like I understand this is super biased sports show, right? So on one hand, we can talk about other teams and the changes that they have made with uncertainty if they'll be able to do certain things. But then it's like it comes to Lamar, he got a new offensive coordinator. He's playing in the brand new offense that he didn't run last year. And then we just like, oh yeah, he gonna be in the MVP conversation. And it's just like, well, if that's somebody else, we're gonna be like, well, sure, I don't know. We gotta see it. Like, they gotta do this for us to see this. But when it comes to Lamar, wanted to be like, well, he won an MVP back in 2000 and blah blah blah. And
that is a fact.
And last
he
year,
hold on to
like he's smart enough to do
this. And it's just like if that's any other body, it'd be like, well, I don't know. We gotta see it. Like we gotta see.
I'm going off of this. If I'm saying this, the reason I say that is if Lamar is healthy, right, and we saw what he could be as a healthy player, and I feel like he got paid, right? So like he's got a lot to prove. So I just feel like I look at those different things. I don't care about the past MVP, and me saying that he's going to be in the MVP race is not me saying that he's going to win the MVP, but just that he's going to be competitive enough, especially after what we just said, that your division, the AFC North, it literally could go any way. Like Pittsburgh could still somehow sneak in there and win that division. Like it could go any way with any four of those teams. So that's why I say it,
but check this out. So the chat is people in the chat saying Lamar Jackson won without help, right? All right. So last year they won to New York 24-9, right? That was a wash, right? It's New York Jets at that time. They lost to Miami 42-38. Now their wins, they beat New England by 9, lost to Buffalo, beat us by 2 points, which was just by a field goal. They lost to the Giants by 4. They beat the Browns by 3. They beat Tampa Bay by 5. New Orleans, they did beat by more than a touchdown. The Panthers was garbage. Jacksonville, they took an L to. They beat Denver 10-9. They beat Pittsburgh 16-14. Y'all tell me where Lamar Jackson was cooking, because matter of fact, Lamar Jackson wasn't even throwing for over 250 yards until his loss to Jacksonville. So, and then Huntley came in and started taking over. What games was Lamar Jackson cooking other than when they beat New York Jets and put up 38 points on the Dolphins, but then they let the Dolphins come back and win? I'm trying to figure out where was Lamar Jackson cooking then, because their defense was a top defense all throughout the season, and they're clearly not beating anybody by multiple points for anybody to be like, oh yeah, the Ravens, they was doing X, Y, and Z. It's like they were a regular team just like everybody else, and Lamar Jackson was playing at a level where the defense was doing their job to make him look good. Like, how many quarterbacks averaging over 250 yards a game? Like,
in the first 5 games, I'll just say the first 5 games.
Bro, the defense only blew 1 lead, bro. Go look at the score. They only blew 1 lead. And
I'm not saying they blew against Miami. I'm going by the QB stats. Game 1, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Game 2, 3 touchdowns.
Anybody could throw 3 touchdowns. But you throw 5 yard out into the end zone.
Listen. I'm giving the stats. 3 touchdowns, no interception, 119 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. The third game, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 107 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. The 5th game, it was an off game. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 73 rushing yards. If you add all of that up, he was the best QB in the first 5 games of the NFL.
You mean to tell me in a brand new offense where they're about to be passing the ball more and running him less, he about to cook? Because it's going to be less rushing touchdowns. It's going to be less 100 rushing yard games. Is he about to cook?
NFL.
All right, bro.
One of the best arms in the NFL.
When Russell Wilson went to Denver, you did not have faith. Why? New team, new coach, new offense.
I thought he was going to do okay.
But now Lamar Jackson got a new offensive coordinator, new offense and everything.
Lamar is he's young.
He candidate, like.
Hey, that's
Okay.
Jackson.
Okay. Exactly. It's Lamar
It's
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. He's smart enough to get. He's gonna get this offense a whole off season. Oh, that man about to come out with a better. His stuff. I'm gonna put it like this: his first 5 games of last season is gonna be nothing compared to these first 5 games this season.
What?
Nothing compared to it.
Yo, you crazy, bro.
Nothing.
Yo, you crazy. Yo, but this is the same Lamar Jackson, right? Because Scooby said he gonna be always gonna be able to run. This is the same Lamar Jackson that didn't even put up 180 yards against the Bengals and barely even rush anything close to it. But this is the same Lamar Jackson that when he plays certain teams, don't put up the rushing numbers that people just and all these things. But all right, say less. Say less.
I'm with Bonnet. So all right, because y'all gonna go on for hours and hours. So Ray, tell me what you're saying with this. So Ray said, I said it earlier. It's a new system. You don't take off until the next year in the new system, right? But then he said, see Jalen and watch Justin Fields. But in both of those cases, my only pushback is that Philly went out and got AJ Brown, and then Chicago just went out and got
Moore.
What was the Moore? Right?
Yep.
So is it the scheme or is it the players? Because
I will say this. It wasn't just the players, because the year before that, when the Eagles made it to the playoffs and they lost to Tampa Bay, the reason why the Eagles' second half of their season got different because Sirianni gave up play calling to Steichen, right? And that's when their offense officially changed. And that's when they started winning more games and make it to the playoffs. That next season, they just built up upon it. That's what Raymond is saying. That next season, because they had already changed the offense mid-season. So the next season is when they took off. Honestly, bro, they could have had any other wide receiver there other than just Smitty. I think it would have looked exactly the same. Just because the way the offense was set up the year prior, they put any other big body number one wide receiver there, they'd do the same thing that AJ Brown did. And that's just my opinion. I don't think AJ Brown did anything that was completely different than what a D-Hop could have did, DK Metcalf could have did, a Jamar Chase in that offense could have did, like a physical wide receiver.
But you saying that all of those is top dudes in the league.
Yeah.
If you take what's the receiver that we just got? Noah Brown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Noah Brown not really an outside wide receiver like that, though.
But I'm just saying, if you
needed an X, I don't know if it's an X or a Y, but you needed that position of a wide receiver for that offense to really thrive, in my opinion.
Not a top 10 receiver.
Yeah.
Because you just listed off top 10 receivers.
Give me Chase Claypool.
Okay, there you go.
Give
Claypool.
Yep.
You put Claypool in there. You think Philly have the same season?
It'll look similar. Because think about it, their offense was predicated on the run pass option. Everything else was just cream of the top. Like, you look at AJ Brown numbers, he wasn't putting up a lot of receptions and stuff like that. Like, he had some games where it was quiet, but he was putting almost dang near 100 plus yards off of very few receptions. So,
but you're talking about AJ Brown. Like, AJ Brown has been, even in Tennessee.
Well, see, I only can compare like that top 10 wide receiver type because.
They said, "What is you drinking?"
It ain't me today.
But now I only say top 10 wide receiver like because AJ Brown is a top 10 like wide receiver. But like aside of all of that, I'm only saying the elevation of the offense came into place when they implemented that offense the year prior to that and made that playoff push. And like Raymond said, that's when the next year it took off. Opposed to how Bonnet thinks year one, the Ravens about to take off in this new offense. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. That's the only point.
I get that though. I get that. I get both sides of it though. I think maybe I shouldn't say this, but I think Bonnet is kind of looking at it similar to the way I'm looking at it. It's just like I'm just looking at forget Ravens, Cincy, all of that. Just look at Lamar as a dude, and I like Lamar, and I feel like Lamar has the capabilities, no matter what the offense is, that he's going to get his numbers. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So yes, I do agree with you in the sense of like what happened in Philly, how they changed the offense and all of that. But at the same time, I feel like the Philly situation, they were trying to force Jalen to fit one thing, and then they realized what Jalen could do, and then they went that way. Except for Lamar, we know who Lamar is. Like we know.
Remember when Lamar finally started to take off, that's because his coach formulated the offense around Lamar. Now you got a brand new OC coming in, and they're switching the entire offense around now. Like, remember when he was first drafted and then he finally started getting playing time, that was just because Harbaugh formulated the offense around Lamar. Now, I mean, since Lamar talking about he trying to pass for 6,000, do that sound like an offense that's around Lamar? Like, that sound like a Patrick Mahomes offense.
He could throw, though. I think we just I feel like he just got into situations where he had to run. Go ahead, Bonnet.
How I look at it in my final thoughts in this, there's four QBs in the NFL. You could give them whatever offensive coordinator, that team is still going to make the playoffs.
Who's them for?
Number one, it's Pat. It's that man, Pat. It's Pat. That's all we can say.
Right. We got you.
Then it's Joe Burrow. And I got Lamar Jackson there. And the fourth one is like a throw up. You could do anything. But I'll say, we just got a new offensive coordinator and Daniel Jones.
People stop lying on national television. That's a lie.
I knew it.
Stop lying on national television.
I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, I knew it.
Your final thought should have been what you said before you just said all of this.
You should have stopped at 3. Because to throw Daniel Jones in there,
I'm just saying.
Boy, you're a menace.
Oh my God.
He got a new offense. And look what happened.
Look at we losing viewers because of you. Come on, man. We losing subscribers because of your nonsense. This is crazy.
Daniel Jones.
Look at Bonnet was vibing till this, right? Like he was in his bag and then he just straight fumbled it.
That boy
old boy from the Lakers.
That boy got nervous on the first date. That's what I look like right there. Just messed it all up.
Crazy. But we'll see. We gotta have more straight before.
Look. I'm gonna just end it with I like Lamar. I just know what we think about Lamar. I got a lot of respect, Lamar. He an African American quarterback. He does his thing. Highest paid quarterback in the league. I'm glad he got his money. He got what he deserved. I just know if it's any other quarterback name attached to a brand new offensive coordinator, we're gonna look at it a little bit differently. I do understand it's Lamar. So I understand we can kind of skew it a little bit, but at the same time, at the end of the day, they got that defense, bro. It don't matter what they do, as long as they stay close in games, that defense is going to win them games. So honestly, I can care less what the offense does, bro, because their defense was winning them games. So yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody that's in here, y'all do me a favor. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I think let's do one more before we wrap it up. Let's do one of them.
We could do one more.
Y'all want to fly through the pictures real quick?
No, we can do one of them. Let's do the D line.
Okay.
Hit that D line up. Who has the best D line in the NFL?
Dallas.
We just talking about the front 4 and 5, right?
Yeah.
Not 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then we're not in there.
I got to give it to San Fran. For me, that's a no-brainer. I got to give it to San Fran.
Yeah.
I got to give it to San
Fran. San Fran scares me.
They are scary, bro.
Especially after they killed my boy TP, man.
Bro, they are scary, bro.
I got to go with San Fran.
And then they just got better.
I can't put the Eagles up there, bro.
Nah.
Too many young players on this version of the team. And y'all lost a key piece to the 49ers. Yeah, that's a dub.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a dub.
And not to say Eagles, I would say Eagles would probably be if we're looking at these. But see, that's weird though, because Watt is a defensive end. He's a rusher, and they got
Now he a linebacker, and they got him on
Yeah,
D
they
line.
got him on the D line.
So if
Even
this
worse.
is the
Like,
case,
even worse.
if this
He
is the
shouldn't even
case,
be on there.
if this is the case, I'm
Nah.
throwing Dallas in the mix then.
Now Mike is not he not a linebacker no more.
No, that's
Mike is
the
still a
thing.
linebacker.
Watt is not a lineman. He's a linebacker.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I
Russ
know.
Micah is an actual DN now.
He's He's still a linebacker. They
I
not
thought
gonna
you said he
switch his
changed.
position. So I don't know. It's been up in the, he's saying he changed it, but the
Man,
coach
if he's
is saying
smart,
that he not.
if he's smart, he's gonna switch a DN.
That is true.
So he could get that
I
money.
think
He can get that money.
He gonna get that money.
Get your money. It's said in the Bible. Get your money.
Yeah,
man.
PFF definitely got Eagle first, but let's be realistic, bro. It's San Francisco, bro. Like
All
when you
the
think
way.
about experience, you gotta put
Be realistic.
San Francisco up there, bro.
PFF is a Philly lover, man.
Yeah.
They are real skewed to Philly. So we not gonna hold true to PFF.
Listen, it's an opinion based thing. I'm going with San Fran, bro.
I'm going San Fran too.
Give me San Fran on the Bengals. We win a Super Bowl.
I'm not hating on Philly, right? I'll give Philly the respect. But like you said, B-Rob, they got some real young dudes that's got to prove themselves.
Yeah.
And the offensive linemen, like even on Dallas side, like our offensive line, we making some moves that's going to make it real difficult to beat. Like we're taking tackles and turning them into guards to have a more athletic offensive line all the way around. So, yeah, Philly going to have that power, but you got to be athletic. Like teams are scheming against that now. So,
listen,
they lost too much.
A lot of young guys on there. I can't.
They got a lot of young guys. They got to come prove themselves.
They some dogs, but I can't put it against experience. San Fran for me.
He said PFF is a bunch of nerds.
He said, let's say if they lose Bosa to an injury, they're done. Just saying, nah.
They're not done.
If that defense lose Bosa, they still gonna be good money because they got the best linebacker in the league, bro.
He's the linebacker, safety.
He talking about San Fran?
Yeah. If Bosa went out for a few games, that defense still gonna be up there, bro.
What?
Listen,
I'm afraid of that defensive line, and it don't got nothing to do with Bosa.
Yeah.
What?
Bro, they got a nasty tandem at D tackle now. And then they linebackers. Bro, people talk about San Fran not having corners, bro. They ain't been having corners.
Fred
Warner is covering the field, bro.
Listen, you're talking about Armstead, Hargrave, and Jackson.
Come on, bro.
Like that's not Bosa. I'm not talking about them three: Hargrave, Armstead, and Jackson.
You're not running up the middle. You're not running up the middle. And then you try to run wide zone, man. That boy Fred Warner's everywhere. Okay?
Yeah.
Sideline to sideline.
No, hold on. I gotta address this because I said this before. He said we scored no problem. Bro, y'all didn't start scoring till later in the game. And I already said this before. It's only but so long that a top-tier defense will be able to stop an offense from scoring if they're constantly on the field. If your defense, it don't matter if you got the best defense in NFL history. If they're on the field for 60 minutes of a 90-minute game, they're going to take an L.
But the quarterback was hurt. Now, granted, every Philly fan pushback to that is, but we took him out. Right, great. Y'all took him out. You cannot, just like, and I'm going to say the same thing because when Dallas beat Philly, what was everybody's pushback? Well, Jalen was hurt. Minshew threw all these interceptions, so the game don't count. But now y'all turn around and get to the playoffs, and y'all hurt this quarterback. And then now y'all want to brag talking about we did this and we did that. Just like V-Rob just said, the offense couldn't do anything. So what do you mean? Like, I want to see – I will give y'all the respect if I see it.
Talk that talk, George.
But outside of that, we're not gonna talk. We're not gonna talk. You're not gonna compare the tape.
I respect the Eagles, but let's be honest, bro. Any defense that you keep out on the field, bro, eventually they're going to break. They're gonna get tired. It's only but so many rotations on the line you can do. It's only but so many rotations at safety you can do, bro. They're going to get tired, bro. They're gonna get tired.
That's the point of football. Tired, what are we talking? Wait, injuring somebody is the point of football?
All right, next topic. Real quick. Who will be the first player with 2,000 receiving yards. Jettas, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, or other. Even though the other silhouette looks like Devontae Adams, who do y'all think? It looks like Devontae Adams with the cap on.
Dude.
Who y'all got, man? To me, I think this is a no-brainer. It's going to be Tyreek Hill. It got to be Tyreek Hill because Justin Jefferson, we don't know what the other wide receiver is going to do, so teams is going to double team him. It's going to be hard for him to put up 2,000 yards. Jamar Chase, he got T. Higgins on his team, bro, and it's going to be hard for him to get 2,000 yards. I think the person with the best chance is going to be Tyreek Hill as long as Tua stay healthy.
So to me, I was looking at JJ or Tyreek, and honestly, I was leaning more towards Tyreek.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, could you see Tyreek with 2,000 and Waddle with 1,000? Like,
I mean, Tyreek has 1,700.
Now I'll take JJ.
And remember, that's without Tua playing all season, bro. So
that's a fact. That is true.
And
I was definitely leaning. I'm leaning towards Tyreek. So
Tyreek on JJ.
Double Justin Jefferson, bro. Double him, bro.
We see what they did. What he does against double team. #Bills.
Nah, not necessarily because as long as
we see. I can pull it up.
Look, if you put a number one corner on him, he's gonna struggle, bro. #Packers.
Well, that man, he had a great game. He had probably the best game of his career. That game.
Listen,
we played.
I don't even like the slander that I'm giving Jettas because I got him in fantasy, but I'm just being realistic here. Like, it's gonna be difficult for him, bro. It's gonna be difficult for him. Addison is gonna have to step up in order for Jettas to even come close to 2,000 yards. And no Dalvin Cook, bro. It might look a little spooky at first for Justin Jefferson. He's gonna get right, but 2,000, I don't think that's gonna be happening.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we good on that one. Are we gonna do that last one?
Last one. Rank these running backs all time: Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, LT, Adrian Peterson.
I'll go first.
Do your thing.
Go ahead.
Barry won. Walter won. Thompson won. Adrian Peterson won.
Boy, you preaching. Boy, you preaching. You preaching. Because listen, from what we've seen, like in our time, LT and Adrian Peterson.
Oh my gosh, cheat codes.
It's them dudes like
cheat codes, bro. Cheat codes.
LT. Oh my goodness.
That boy Adrian Peterson was like the first person tackling him. You're not there. You're not there. You're just a roadblock. You need at least the second person to be able to get the tackle on him.
Listen, Ray, that's all we saying. We just saying that it's 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D.
That's a fact. That's a fact, AJ. 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D.
That's all we saying. Like, this is hard. But I mean, if we keeping it real, you probably going with Walter Payton for sure. But I mean,
let me say this though. I think in today's NFL, give me that boy Barry Sanders, bro. Yes. I need somebody out the backfield that's gonna get loose.
I was about to say Barry.
You can put Barry in space like it's no other on today's football game, bro.
Or like no space.
No other.
Or no space.
Or no space. But it's just like, listen, if you see that man on a swing out route out the backfield, if you're the first defender, get your crutches ready because your ankles is gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Done.
They listen, respect all four of these dudes.
All
respect.
Great,
I can't even list them 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Like they're just
one.
All of them is him. I'm him. That's all of them.
Like, Barry him, Walter him, Adrian him. Like they all him, LaDainian him. Like they them guys, man. They them guys.
Barry's the best runner, but Peyton is the best.
You know who I'm surprised is not up here though? Jim Brown. I'm surprised Jim Brown not up here.
Jim Brown.
Surprised Jim Brown not up here. Listen, if you are under 20 years old, you did not get to experience football in its glory when we had a plethora of some of the best running backs
Bruh.
that has entered the NFL.
Holmes,
When I'm talking about like Sean
Alexander.
Alexander, like
Exactly,
Barber,
boy.
like
The bus.
like some real running back. Like if you under 20, what you see now, it's flashy. It look nice. It's cute. It's sexy. But I'm talking about some real football where you seen them hand that ball off, and that boy, whoever had the ball, put fear.
Adrian Peterson was running with dudes on his chest. You think Derrick Henry is a dog? I would be more afraid of running up against Adrian Peterson than Derrick Henry, and I put that on everything. I will line up with Derrick Henry. Adrian Peterson, I'm running off the field. That dude came back from a torn ACL in 6 months.
In less than a year, bro.
He started his rookie year off of a collarbone injury.
Trucking dudes.
Like what? Like that was the first thing going like, yo, he just had a collarbone injury. He's gonna be able to run. Come on, week 1. Dogging, straight trucking. Adrian Peterson, like, wait, hold on. Was he ever injured?
Right.
I know he went to college, but was he ever injured? Like, that's Adrian Peterson, bro. Yo, we was blessed with some fire running backs, bro. Fire run. Like, look at Priest Holmes, like the other Kansas City Chiefs running back.
Charles.
Charles. Like, bro, we had some fire running backs, bro.
Yeah.
It sucks that it's not a premier position anymore, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, but shout out to the running backs though. Like, think about what the running backs did for the game of football to now be getting the disrespect that they're getting. Crazy. Because the league is not what it was. Take LT out of football. Take Adrian Peterson out of football.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, them dudes made football what it is today.
Exactly. Jamal Lewis. Like, I hated seeing Jamal Lewis in the Ravens, but he was cooking, bro. He was cooking. Like, bro, like
just straight.
What's in his bag? Like, what is that dude that was on the Jags? Maurice Jones-Drew.
Maurice Jones-Drew. Yes. Like, we was blessed with some running backs, bro. Like, we was blessed with some real running backs, bro. Like, it don't make no sense, bro.
The dude on the Titans, Chris Jones, the speed demon,
Henry,
fastest player in the league, bro.
It was Chris Jones, I think.
Fastest running. He was the fastest running back and player in the league, bro. Come on,
Fred Taylor, Marshall Faulk,
bro. We had some good running backs, bro.
Yeah,
we had some really good running backs. I ain't gonna lie. Like we had some good running backs.
Yeah. Marshall Faulk. You had Jerome Bettis, Terrell Davis, Curtis Martin,
TD,
Edrin James.
Yo, that was before. Yeah, it was just Marvin Harrison, Edrin James, and Peyton Manning.
Eddie George.
I forgot about
Eddie George.
Yeah.
Warwick Dunn.
Done.
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson for the Rams. Like, come on now.
The original
dogs.
The original beast.
All right. Clinton Portis.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I liked him when
Ricky Williams.
I like Clinton when he played on the Jets the best.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the shining star there.
Now, Ricky Williams, though. Ricky Williams was a dog, man.
Was different,
if Ricky Williams was playing in today's NFL where weed was legal, bro, we would have had a full, complete career of Ricky Williams, and it would have been a blessing, bro. Because he was a dog when he left. He got suspended out the NFL, came back, and still was dogging, bro.
Facts. Yo, Thomas Jones. Ooh.
Yeah.
Thomas Jones. Yo, we was blessed, man.
Yeah, we had some good running backs, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. What's his name? Westbrook.
You said
I thought Eagles went in there.
Westbrook. Oh yeah. Westbrook before Shady was in.
Yeah.
He was in.
Yeah. We don't mention Shady on the show.
But hey, Shady was that dude.
Shady was that dude though.
No lie. I looked at the list and Shady name was on there, and I said everybody but Shady. DeMarco Murray. Say that man's name, yo.
Right over, like, who that?
Yeah. So nah. We definitely was
We had some
blessed.
fire running backs, bro. We was blessed.
You cannot be mad at that at all, man. No, listen, fire show though. Fire show tonight.
Facts.
Good stuff tonight. Yo, we appreciate everybody in the chat. Please come through. I don't know if we're gonna be doing Thursday, but definitely I think we're gonna be back
Turn them
next
notification
Tuesday.
bells on, man. You just never know.
No.
We might pop on. We might around this time, 6 o'clock, 6:30. 6:30 is probably gonna be more of the time. But next week we're gonna have a fan interview. So please come on for that one. That's gonna be a good time. We got a Buffalo Bills fan, and I'm talking about a serious Bills Mafia, like to the core Bills fan that's gonna be on. So it's gonna be a good show. Bonnet, I already know he's gonna be coming in hot right from the beginning. So definitely come through for that. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Buffalo wings for that one.
Yeah, right. Bring your popcorn, all of that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Yeah, we had a good 10, 11 people in here solid tonight. Charles always pop in when we
very end, bro.
Always
very end, bro.
Charles, you gotta get on here, man. He
Charles.
definitely, we respect you for hopping in, man. He said OJ. Oh, we going way back.
We going
OJ been stealing from himself, all of that. I don't know. We can't. Nah. But definitely come on next Tuesday. I think it's gonna be either Tuesday or Thursday, but 6:30. Y'all come on. It's going to be a fire episode. Again, we appreciate y'all. Please, if you on Facebook, share this. Tell everybody. Tell your friends. Tell your homeboys, your wife, your kids. Tell everybody about the Super Bias Sports Show. This is a place where a fan could be a fan no matter how biased your takes is. It's your boy T-Time here. It's the Bonnet and it's B-Rob. We checking out. We'll holler at y'all on the next one.